Hi friends, good morning. Okay, we're gonna see how long I make it in this outfit. Seriously, these are the cutest pants. I'm gonna show you a little closer and take my house shoes off. Okay, why I say how long I'm gonna make it, it's because it's so hot here. Okay, how cute. These are like a corduroy, but they're really stretchy and really comfy on. And they're like a wide leg. I don't know, they're just super trendy, cute looking. And then I grabbed this cardigan and I just want it to feel like fall here, and it does not. It doesn't feel anywhere close to fall. It feels so hot, but I have heard that it gets cooler in Puerto Rico like in the next month or two. So we're gonna pretend, just because some of you guys, it's already getting cold. And so I feel like if I don't show the cute stuff now, it'll sell out. So say hi when you're hopping on. We are going to the local farm today. They make homemade gelato from cream from their cows on the farm and then eggs from their chickens. And so we're gonna go get the kids gelato. I'm doing keto. I'm on day 3, so I'm doing no gelato, but I'm gonna take my kids to it, and we're gonna go look around the farm and see the chickens and all the things. Okay, a little bit of plump. This has hyaluronic acid in it. It's gonna help just close your pores. I'm not gonna do like a ton of makeup today because, well, because I don't have my makeup bag. So I'm gonna do an all natural look today. Say hi when you're hopping on. I went to the gym this morning at 6 a.m. bright and early, and I did not go to bed until so late. So I might need a nap at some point today, but we're trying. Yesterday at church, the pastor mentioned a scripture, and I said, all of you who are like heavy laden, come to me and I will give you rest. And I've heard that verse, I don't know how many times, like a ton, but it was something like he started talking about, like when you're feeling overwhelmed, you're feeling stressed, you feel like this world is more than you can handle. There's so many times in scripture that the Lord literally brought angels to people and we're like, here's food, take a nap, basically. And how many times that repeats. And it was, as someone who has felt guilty for napping, or guilt, like I don't want to be lazy, or I don't want to be, I think we're in such a culture of go, go, go. It was like the first time it occurred to me that literally even Jesus wants you, when you feel overwhelmed, to like give it to him and take a nap. Like know that he is taking care of your problems for you. Like have rest. And I don't know why that's never clicked from a spiritual level before. And the pastor was talking about, like volunteering or all these other things. And I am someone who I would say keeps myself pretty busy, like doing projects, volunteering, all of those things. And he was like, if you are new, we don't want you to like just dive in. We want you to rest and just like let us serve you. And that's such a different like role than I typically am in. But I was like, well, how nice if like, I want my children to know, if you're tired, you feel overwhelmed, you feel like you can't handle today, that is so okay that you rest and pick it back up, So if any of you are feeling that today, that you are, feel like the world might be big today, feel overwhelming, all the things, I want to encourage you, a nap and a snack might help you out. Preaching to myself. I actually have a chocolate protein shake going right now. I ordered them from Costco. I'm using the shade Rye. Ophir has up to 35% off. I put the link in the description of the video, and you can save up to 35%. I'm just mixing it with, it's a tinted moisturizer, and I'm mixing it with a sunscreen, the Supergoop. And I'm just gonna use this all over my face. I am using the shade Sunset, and it's a little darker than what my current skin tone is, but since it's a tinted moisturizer, it will all work itself out. Yes, you feel like years of heaviness. I'm so sorry. I wish I could give you a big hug today, Brenda. But the Lord does not want you to feel heavy. He doesn't want you to feel overwhelmed. And sometimes we can put too much on our plate, or sometimes our plates just aren't, like, we're not in a season where we can take on as much as we can during other seasons. I'm gonna have to wipe this off or I'm gonna make a big mess. And so that is okay. The good thing about having a toddler is you always have like a pack of baby wipes around, like always. I put too much of the super goop. I'm gonna have to go in with more of Ophir's because this is not blending. The super goop, I used the sunset shade, and I meant to use I have two of them. I have one that's a bronzer and I have one that's just like a glowy color. There we go. We're coming around. How are we doing learning Spanish? So we are slow learners. Veda's probably learning faster than all of us. We are doing the Babbel app to learn, and y'all, we've got to toss the sweater. If you want the sweater, I linked it. It's so cute. It's a Free People lookalike. This, the Free People version, is almost $200. This one is not. It is the Pink Lily version, and it is so cute, and it is so hot. I mentioned on last night's video that we got our first, not our first, we got our second energy bill, but our first energy bill here was $1,700. Like, when I talk about almost throwing up, I knew energy here is expensive. I knew if you run your air, it will cost you. Like, I knew people said, don't run your air all the time, and we didn't. That's the crazy part. We did not run our air all the time, but we did on occasion run the central air throughout the house. Everywhere else has like these little AC units. We do keep it cold at night because I cannot do cold, like hot during the night. But we modified this past month and it dropped down to $1,400, which is crazy. And I'm like, I don't know, we keep almost all the air off, but like hot water, it costs a lot. The hot water heater to heat it up is expensive, and then the electricity is expensive. And so we're now at basically until you go to bed, don't turn your air on. That's the phase we're at. It is so expensive. And so there's no way I can do, that's for 1 month. It's crazy. And so I'm like, okay, there's no way we can keep the air going throughout the day. So in the living room, if you decide you need to cool down, go to the living room. All bedrooms, we have the doors closed and no AC running. So by the end of the day, it will be hot up here, but that's just gonna be how it is. And we have like a split unit in the living room and in the kitchen. So if we're cooking, oh, it doesn't get really hot. But I'm like, okay, friends, we are going to, we're just gonna, we've got fans now and we're just running a lot of fans. So that is our current, the new house is supposed to have some newer type units in the bigger rooms. And I'm excited about that because it's supposed to be more energy efficient, meaning like saving you money. But like, did you ever know, you can't imagine life without AC. How much was it in Tennessee in the summer? So our house was big back in Tennessee and it was like around 600. But we kept the whole house really cold all the time. So this is like more than double, and we aren't keeping it like, I mean, if we were hanging out in here right now and like the kids are watching TV, obviously, sure, turn it on for like an hour or 30 minutes, let it cool it off, and then we just turn it back off. But we're having to be really mindful. You definitely don't leave it going like while you're at the store. If we're in the room, go for it, turn it on. But if we're like going to church for the day, everything's off. We are flipping off all the lights. We are all the things. Probiotic. Ceiling fans and tower fans really help keep the cool air. Also, we've been closing all the shades. I have it open right now so that you guys can see good light, but we've been closing all the shades and curtains for where we aren't, because it just helps keep it cooler. So I'm reading all of these. You just learn to survive the heat, right? I mean, we're just making it work. So, but today we're going to a local, like, little farm stand, and I'm really excited. I think the kids are gonna enjoy it. We did go the other day and it was fun, but we didn't get to do like a tour. And I'm just gonna put a little bit of this tart right here on my cheeks. I'm gonna take the total hormone balance because really exciting. Our babysitter, she has PCOS too. And she was just talking about like how I just asked her, I was like, you don't look like you feel good. And she's like, you know, it's like that time. It's just always so rough. So I gave her a box of this. And when I saw her last, she was like, whatever you gave me, I need the link. She was like, I had the best cycle. This time she said I've been taking it every day. She was like, I had no cramps. She was like, and I always have to spin. She was like, I even have portable heating pads that I use. She was like, I didn't have any cramps. I didn't have any moodiness. She was like, if I could get a link for that, this is the best thing I've ever used for my period. And so if you've never tried the total hormone balance from Beautiful You, it is so good to help with, especially if you have any sort of like bloating, acne, hot sweats, like mood swing type things. It is so good. And then especially cramps and just like a lighter flow. So it has aronia berry in it. It has other things that are just like natural for your cycle. So, but I love seeing people in real life who are like, oh my gosh, I love that. And then getting messages from you guys. Sorry, there's like a gnat. Of how it makes a difference, because that is so hard if you're someone who struggles with those things every single month. It is debilitating for like a week of your month and you just dread it. And then the pre-PMS is so hard. And if you can find something that can kind of like make that curve not so dramatic, oh, it's so good. So good. All right. We have like errands today to run as well. I think this is about, I'm gonna put some dry shampoo in my hair. I already had TRIMFIT this morning at the gym, and I typically don't drink it more than twice a day, and I don't need it this close together. So I'm not gonna make any of that today, but I do enjoy it. A little bit of dry shampoo. I think this is cute together. What do you guys think? You feel like this is cute? Maybe with like, I've got some little like clog, like Birkenstock looking shoes. They're like knockoffs, but. I'm gonna do like a little high pony. High pony with bangs out. All right, so going to the chiropractor, I've got to go to the eye doctor and get mine and Lexi's contacts. And then we're gonna do the little gelato thing. And then I have so much Amazon stuff to work on this afternoon. So kind of doing a mix of like working mom meets homeschool mom today. Pray for me, because if you run a business plus you have children, you completely understand the struggle is real to balance all the things. But I am working on my mood and being like, I'm so grateful my kids are transitioning well through all of this. I am so grateful, like, for like gratitude will change your life. So when you're having a day where you feel like, how do I get it all done? Take a nap, eat a snack, and have gratitude. That's what I'm working on for myself personally. So I don't think these pants are gonna be super hot because they're like really loose on my legs. Like they're very, very stretchy. So I'm to the point where, oh, I've got a ribbon or something. I'm to the point where I guess I'm so used to being so hot, like you really do adjust. And that I've even been wearing jeans here, which if you had told me 2 months ago, like you'll be fine, you could wear jeans, I literally thought like, who is a crazy person wearing jeans? And some people around here are like in sweatshirts right now. I'm not to that level, but I definitely like we aren't keeping our air on all day throughout the day. Through like, you know, except for the main parts of the house, we aren't, like I wore sweatpants around the house, and I don't know, I guess I'm just like getting acclimated, but I'm so excited for it to cool off in a month or two. Okay, let's do a devotion together. You guys want to? Be still and know. I just wanted to be sure I hopped on. I've been trying to do this and trying to be consistent with this. I get messages. I know it's not for everyone and not everyone enjoys them, but I do get messages from some people who are like, I really needed that today. And if that's all that's listening or that it's for, that is so worth it to me. So this says, expectations from the garden. This God, his way is perfect. The word of the Lord proves true. He is a shield for all those who take refuge in him. The Garden of Eden was a picture of true perfection. All was right in the world. Healing was not necessary because pain was not present. Disappointment was not possible because sin had not entered the scene. And Adam and his bride Eve were in perfect unity under a perfect God, naked and pure and shameless, without worry in the world. Really, there was no worry in the world. Can you imagine? Out of Eden came all humanity, and therefore this picture of perfection in the garden can be found deep within our own heart. This utopia, which seems like a pipe dream, is still the standard we seek to obtain in our own life here on earth. It is out of this place that we create our impossible standards, hoping to achieve perfection as it was back then. But we live in a broken world now, which makes the standard impossible to achieve. Understanding this complexity of our desires and our discrepancies, it creates our mind and our relationships, helps us craft more realistic expectations. If we want to invest in believe and hope that does not disappoint, we will have to remember that perfection is only possible in one person, Jesus. This truth is so important to remember, not in providing a scapegoat for our mistakes, but in helping us give grace to ourselves and those around us. If we place our hope in people while aligning with our expectations from the garden, we will remain discontent, disappointed, and discouraged. Our hope can only be placed in Jesus. He is the one who can meet our standards and never put us to shame, and will continue to show up every step of the way. And when we find our heart growing weary, let's retrace where we placed our hope as we learn to continually renew our mind and put our life back in his hands. Our soul will cultivate a place of rest, the peace that Adam and Eve felt in the garden, that freedom to be themselves and not hide. It is still ours in Jesus. Dear Jesus, thank you for making us in your image, bearing perfection and honor. Will you help us as we craft our own expectations on earth? Help us rely on you and give us grace to others. Thank you for loving us. In Jesus' name, amen. So anyways, I hope you guys have a good day. And if you have questions about anything or you need anything, then just shoot me a message and I will help you the best I can. Hope you guys have a good day.